It threatens the lives of more young women than cancer. It affects 1 in 3 women worldwide. It leaves women mentally scarred for life. It is violence against women and girls. According to the UN, this brutality is on the rise. Our series comes from the front line of the hidden war on women and girls. The field of conflict is just as likely to be the home as the brothel. This time on Women on the Front Line, we are in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where rape is a weapon of war. Since 1999, over 5 million people have perished, making it the deadliest conflict since the Second World War.
Il y a des fois que, quand on disait que c'est toi qui es la plus belle des femmes, là, c'était catastrophe. On devrait te mettre au milieu de tout le monde, dans une position sur une croix, la tête en bas, et les jambes écartées, et on vous violait sous cette position-là. Il fallait que les autres acclament et dansent tout autour.
C'est une arme qui ne coûte rien, mais qui peut faire des désastres autant qu'une bombe.
This is the story of 2 of the thousands of women in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo who have been victims of systematic rape. There has been a war here for a decade. According to the International Rescue Committee, a humanitarian relief agency, the conflict and its fallout, such as disease and malnutrition, have killed an estimated 5.4 million people in eastern Congo. Estimates of the number of victims of sexual violence vary, as some women are so traumatized and ashamed they don't want to admit to having been raped.
Walikuwa nenda wanakamata wanachuna kama wapende wanakata mashingo wanatupia mshimo na huko sama wanachamusha mai wanamwangia ujua shachimba washimo mrefu sana wanakwaza wanakamata watu wa wapende wanatumbukiza mule wanamwangia kwa mai au wanakonga moto wanabalunguza mule mshimo.
The conflict in eastern Congo started after the Rwandan genocide in 1994. Fleeing revenge from the new Tutsi government, nearly 1 million Rwandan Hutus crossed over to eastern Congo. Among them were the Hutu militias, called the Interahamwe, who had taken part in the genocide. In 1998, the Congo was reeling from a year-long civil war. The Interahamwe joined other militias fighting for territory and mineral resources. This conflict escalated into a full-blown war, drawing in armies from 8 surrounding countries. Underlying it all was a struggle for control of the minerals such as gold and diamonds. A peace agreement was signed in late 2002, but despite the presence of the biggest United Nations peacekeeping force in the world, the plethora of armed groups carried on fighting. For Alexandra Bilak, who works for an organization funded by Swedish churches specializing in conflict resolution, this anarchy is at the root of the brutality.
L'absence d'un État au Congo qui fait qu'il y a un vide politique, économique, juridique, social partout, ce qui laisse la porte ouverte à des violences sans nom, je veux dire une impunité totale.
In eastern Congo, the South Kivu province was one of the hardest hit by the war. In 2004, Bukavu, the capital, was the scene of fighting between the men of Rwanda-backed dissidents Colonel Mutubutsi and General Nkunda and the Congolese army. At the time, the German aid agency GTZ reported countless victims of rape. The victims ranged from 1-year-old babies to 80-year-old women. GTZ put us in touch with 55-year-old Honorata Kizende. 8 years ago, Honorata, who is from a town in South Kivu, was a teacher and mother of 5. But disaster struck in October 2001. While she was in the market, she was abducted by Rwandan Hutu militias. She says her life then became a nightmare of sexual slavery.
J'étais la femme de tout le monde et la femme de personne. Donc, tout un chacun qui voulait satisfaire ses besoins sexuels, bon, il venait sur nous. Et quelquefois, il criait à manger, à manger. Bon, on croyait que c'était peut-être de la nourriture qu'on nous amenait, mais hélas, ce n'était pas de la nourriture. C'était nous, les femmes, qui étaient leur nourriture.
Today, even mundane tasks remind her of gruesome events she says she saw during her 18-month-long captivity.
Je vis, ils ont ramassé un enfant pour voir si les couteaux est bien aiguisé. Ils ont tranché ça par deux, ils ont laissé la moitié. Vous voyez la moitié, ils ont dit à la mère de l'enfant, il ne faut pas pleurer. Notre couteau est tranchant. Alors, c'était vraiment...
In April 2003, Honorata escaped her captors and walked 350 kilometers to Bukavu. But here, she got caught in the Mutabutsi rebellion of 2004 and was raped again.
Et ces gens encore nous ont violés. Je me rappelle que j'ai saigné pendant plus de 2 semaines. J'avais plus de 5 sortes de maladies sexuellement transmissibles. On m'a fait soigner pendant plus de 2 mois ici à l'hôpital de Panzi.
Doctors in Panzi confirmed the seriousness of her condition. One of her diseases was syphilis. Panzi Hospital in Bukavu is a sanctuary for the victims of sexual violence. But just a handful of women are lucky enough to find their way here for treatment. Dr Denis Mukwege, the director of the Panzi Hospital, has been treating women for 25 years, but he says the horrors of the last 10 years have changed him forever.
Je ne pouvais pas imaginer que les sexes pouvaient créer un si grand désastre, puisque quand vous voyez des villages entiers qui se déplacent et qui fuient, le seul motif, c'est le viol. Mais ils fuient, ils partent main vide. Ils laissent leurs champs, ils laissent leur bétail. S'ils étaient dans des mines d'or ou de castérites ou de coltan, ils laissent tout ça parce qu'ils se disent, écoutez, je ne peux pas rester ici de peur que ma femme et mes filles soient violées. Et les sexes, c'est un don de Dieu. Donc on peut l'utiliser, mais si on l'utilise mal, c'est une arme qui ne coûte rien, mais qui peut faire des désastres autant qu'une bombe.